Hi everyone. Today I was outside doing some work and I noticed by my compost pile I've got some more of these mushrooms growing up called Pluteus Cervinus, Pluteus, also known as deer mushrooms, not because deer eat them or they look anything like a deer, but because the spores that they produce have kind of like antler-esque structures to them that set them apart from other mushrooms in the Mycota. You can see they're really large, these ones. They've been coming up different sizes, as big as my hand. The caps sometimes naturally split up on the sides. That's not actually bug damage or anything, that's just how they get. And I've had these coming up out of my compost piles for a while. I just took a spore syringe sample this year. I'm going to try to see if I can grow them indoors. I've never seen anyone try it. And these are quite edible. Actually, I think they're very good to eat. They say online that they have a little bit of a radish flavor to them, although I haven't really noticed that, but just a good mushroom flavor and texture. And I would like to maybe develop these and sell some at the farmer's market next year. Now you can tell I've removed the stem, or stipe as it's called, from these, because quite full of little maggots, because they were growing close to my compost when pretty much any mushroom you find that's growing in your compost or around your compost or next to a whole bunch of rotting leaves or such is going to be hit with a lot of beetles and little fly larvae in there. If you just kind of tear the stem off and then blow your breath, or maybe even take like an air compressor and blow through the gills, it'll knock any other bugs out. With these you don't have to do something like morels, where if you get a really bug infested morel, it's best to just soak it in salt water and all the bugs will crawl on their own. But these are nice and bug free now, and I'll probably cook with them tonight, grill up some chicken, maybe saute these up with some onions probably, and then put it with the chicken. It'd be real nice. Let's go outside and take a look at where I found them. You can see a few of these pink bottoms growing in my compost pile. And they've been creeping up around the side of it too, where there's sawdust piled up. See, they're getting pretty big. Now the stem, you can see, not attached to the gills, has like a white fibrous look to it. This one's not good enough to eat, it's all raggedy and bug ridden, but if you crack open the inside, it looks all fibrous. They'll get some bug larvae in there too if they're growing close to the pile. That's why I had to remove the stems off the ones I brought inside. And then looks like I got some maybe some ink caps or a Mycena species, can't really tell. Not very edible on those ones, but these ones are good. And although I can't eat these two, nice and big, I'm gonna take them to a fresh compost pile over here. And just throw them in right there and let their spores colonize all that junk. And I don't know if I'll get any mushrooms off of this by the end of the year, but probably next year though. I've seen them grow all over, off all different ages of sawdust compost that I've had. There's another old pile I had they were growing up in. But I'm sure they're naturally occurring somewhere around here. I mean, I got a lot of wood, so who knows? As far as identification goes, look for the gills that have a kind of a peachy pink skin tone color to them that'll get a little bit darker reddish color as they dry. Notice that the gills are free, which means that they don't connect with the stem there. The cap is not too even around. Again, you'll see some of these cutaways in it, which are common for it. And the center of the cap is usually umbate, which means it has this kind of raise to the center, like a bump, and then it shallows back out. Pretty much all of them have that. And the colorations of the cap will go from a kind of like a tan brown to this kind of light grayish tone. Makes a reddish brown spore print, which is pretty easy to tell that it's not some sort of amanita or anything like that, because amanitas will make white prints. So there's a lot of characteristics of this mushroom that set it apart from anything that'd be poisonous, and you'll find them growing on sawdust piles and old sawdust piles, like especially like outside of sawmills. I've heard they're pretty prolific in any waste piles of sawdust there. So I'm going to be eating these tonight. Hope you can find some and try them out too.